Congratulations, you have started down the MQL lubrication trail. While simple in its design, a few quick pointers from our installation group will help you complete a successful transition to the MQL technology. First, make sure you have removed power to your saw, as safety is our overriding factor during all installations. Referring to your machine's user manual is always a good idea during the installation process. You have the standard option of bolting the unit to the machine in an area that is easy to get to, as you will need to refill the reservoir with the Dropsa MQL oil. You also have the optional magnets to mount the unit to the side of the machine to allow for the movement of the unit or a quicker install if needed. Next, mount the U-shaped blade adapter to the inside arm of the blade guide. Make sure that the two holes, one on each side of the adapter, are about 2/3 of the way down on the blade. There is a third hole in the back of the adapter that will lubricate the blade as well. Tracing the existing coolant lines, find the best way to run the 6mm tube to the adapter. If there are no coolant lines on the machine, then start the process by having the saw open. Run the lines, then slowly lower the blade, check for pinch points or other issues. Once the new lines are ran, you can remove the old coolant lines if present and disconnect the coolant pump in the electrical enclosure. At this point, you will no longer be using water-based coolants on your machine. If you have decided to control the unit electrically, find an output on the machine that starts the unit when the blade is engaged and stops when the cut is finished. Referencing the electrical schematics will make this connection easier for you. The connection should be made at the output of the machine and to the coil connection that is provided with the connector. Note that the coil voltage needs to be the same as the signal voltage on the machine. We offer coils in 24 volts DC and 110 volts AC. Connect the unit to the air supply from your shop. This should be clean, dry air that is connected to the filter regulator supplied on the unit. One note for filling the Dropsa MQL unit. Make sure that the gauge on the tank reads 0 psi. Any pressure in the tank while removing the filling plug could result in possible injury. All units have a slide valve on the air inlet side. Sliding the valve down to the release position will release all pressure in the tank. This must be done every time the unit is going to be filled to avoid injury. When filling is complete, replace the plug and slide the valve to the up position, allowing the tank to be filled with air and the unit is ready to be used. Once the air supply has been connected to the unit and the slide valve has been opened, the gauge on the tank will read pressure. Set your inlet regulator to 30 psi. This will be shown in two places on the unit, on the tank gauge and on the regulator gauge. Once the unit is started, the pressure gauge may fall a few psi. This is normal and should not be an issue in your process. There are two adjustments on the MQL unit. One is for oil output and the other is for airflow. The black knob on the metering section is for the oil output. This should be turned out 3 turns to get started. The airflow screw is also located on the top of the red metering section and should be set to 3 to 4 turns out. The lines on the adapter must be primed on the initial first run. Turn the unit on and allow the system to run for 3 to 4 minutes. Do not cut any material until oil can be seen coming out of the bandsaw blade adapter. If you see oil, but it is in a mist form, turn the air screw down 1/2 turn until you do not see the mist forming at the bandsaw blade adapter. After a few days of running, you may want to adjust the oil down, as you may find that you are using more oil than what is needed. Make adjustments in 1/2 turn intervals and allow the system to run for a half hour before making any other changes. When using your MQL system, you will see a white smoke coming off of the chips. This is normal, as this oil has to burn off. This smoke contains no VOCs or volatile organic compounds and is normal to the MQL process. Any other questions or concerns should be directed back to our engineering facility. You can contact an MQL engineer at 586-566-1540 or after hours at 810-625-2438.